someone, Junior Pope. Although the circumstances of their death are different, Amechi Monago as well, and Mr. Ibu, my condolences on their passing. But let's now go into some of these issues that have been raised in the past couple of days. Some of the questions a lot of people are asking that, are you with us? Mr. Zodo? Mr. Zodo? Oh, okay. I think he's not with us. Let's try and reconnect with him. A lot of questions. Okay, Mr. Zodo, you're back now.
Hello.
Yes, I think we lost connection with you for a moment there.
But I had all you said,
Oh, okay, yes.
You stopped at where you were trying to condemn me about a lot of my colleagues.
Yes.
Junior,
yes. Okay, so my condolences, sir. So let me ask you, looking at the circumstances surrounding Junior Pope's death, a lot of Nigerians have raised questions about whether or not there are laid down mechanisms, there are monitoring mechanisms to ensure that those who are going on set, your colleagues that are going on set, they have the right tools to ensure their safety to prevent something like this. So take us through what's the mechanism like if you're supposed to produce a movie, you're inviting actors, especially to a riverine area?
Okay, thank you for asking me this question because it's been bothering me so much. Actually, before you go to produce a movie in a riverine area, there are so many things you need to put in place. First is that if you're actually going to cross a river, you must make sure that the boat that you are going to use is in good shape. You must also make sure that they have life jackets. You must also make sure that on board are people that swim very, very well, lifesavers and the rest of them that are with you. So that's the thing. But all these things were not put in place properly because there were no life jackets. As much as I blame the producer for not providing life jackets, at the same time, I am sorry to say this, I must blame Junior Pope to some extent and some of those people that died alongside him. Because if there are no life jackets, it's either you insist that you will not enter that boat or you go back rather than risk your life. You understand me? Fine, the producer, according to what I had, just provided 3 life jackets for herself and 2 other people, which it was wrong. You had a lot of crew, you have crew members, you have cast and all that, numbering up to about 20-something or 30-something. I just got 3 life jackets. It's unhappy. Personally, I will not subscribe to that. So that's just the major problem.
So is there like a body, because I understand your association of movie practitioners, is there like a body that ensures that this standard is upheld when you're going?
Of course, we are Association of Movie Practitioners, we are producers, and we are actors, just like AGN. AGN is just actors. So we normally insist, we have our task force on ground everywhere. Please, if these things are not put in place, don't do this. If you're not properly fed, I'm talking about welfare, don't do this. If you're not, we are human beings and we are Nigerians, and it's wrong. Most times they try to cut corners, believing that they can just do it and get away with it. Believe me, if they had done this of Wednesday and gotten away with it, they will still continue. But this one has now changed a lot of things, and it will. It will, as much as I'm not so happy, but to some extent, yes, somebody has to bear this cross. A lot of things will be changed from this very minute because we have a federation and we are still talking in that federation. You understand?
And speaking of things changing, the Actors Guild of Nigeria released a statement in reaction to this. They said that all films that involve riverine areas and boat riding is hereby suspended indefinitely. They also said that no actor is allowed to work with Adama Luke as a producer till further notice. What do you make of these reactions from the Actors Guild of Nigeria?
Okay, let me make a categorical statement. We have Actors Guild of Nigeria. It is one body. We have Directors Guild of Nigeria. It's another body. We have AMPRAG. We have up to 18 bodies licensed by government
for film production. So Actors Guild of Nigeria will handle only actors. Whatever they say has to do with just actors.
Okay.
They do not have any right over producers. They don't have right over directors. They don't have right over other crew members. As much as what they say to some extent is okay, but it can only go for actors. They can say their members of Actors Guild will no longer film with Look, Adama, that members of Actors Guild will suspend shooting anywhere along a riverine. It's just for actors. It's not for everybody. We have a federation which encompasses all the associations. But sometime last year, Actors Guild decided to opt out for a reason I do not know, but it's not doing us any good because it is supposed to be an all-in-one thing. Everybody, all hands must be on deck. So we are not part of that sanctioning of Madam Maluk. No, but we still come to that. Listen, let me tell you, if you're going to equity, you must go to equity with clean hands. So we need to investigate properly before we start sanctioning anybody.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it may not be only Adam Maluk. Okay. There was a director on set, and that director is supposed to be a god, a small god. Whatever he says,
they're doing tea, Abi.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let me bring in our panelists now. We have two panelists on the show. It's a panel discussion. Barrister Yomi Ogunlola is one of our panelists, and we also have Professor Remi Ayede, one of our panelists as well. Let me start with Barrister. Barrister, good to have you. Good morning. Hello, Barrister.
Barrister, you're muted.
Oh, Barrister,
okay.
Please unmute your mic. Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes, I have done that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Loud and clear.
Okay. It's so wonderful to be on the program this morning, and I say a wonderful morning to Nigeria. Our guests, let me also send my heartfelt condolence to the family of Junior Pope, all of his associates in the movie industry, Nigeria, Nollywood as a body, and indeed the world. It was such a painful thing. I watched the movie, or the video recording of Junior Pope while they were going on that boat ride. It is so unfortunate that what he prayed against eventually happened. But there is a question I want to ask. We have seen in other climes, particularly in America, where you have what you call movie villages, where most of these effects that you go out looking for out there can be improvised in the village, whether it is a city, whether it is a house, whether it is a hotel, whether it is just about anything is available in a movie village. And given the income that accrues to the industry, do you have something of that nature, or do you have plans, to have something like that? Because there are usually all the required measures, safety, health, and what have you, that goes with the risks attendant, to your calling. Do you have anything of sort in Nigeria, or do you have plans to have such?
Mr. Azodo? I don't know if you got that question, Mr. Azodo. Mr. Azodo?
Hello, I got the question very, very
yes,
well.
Go ahead. Go ahead now. Go ahead. Yes.
I can hear.
Yes.
Can I answer that? Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Barrister, I had your question. Let me start by thanking you for commiserating with us on the death of our colleagues. And at the same time, let me answer your question. Way back in 2020,
can you
hear me? Sorry.
No, I can't. I can't hear anything. I think the guest is not on.
Hello.
No, the guest is on. I think we have a bit of a challenge with the audio on your own part, but I can hear the guest and I can hear you too. So let's. The guest is responding to Barrister's question while we get the technical challenge sorted. So you can go ahead, Mr. Azodo. Okay. I'll just relay the message to Barrister while we get it sorted.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Barrister, what you asked is okay. If you're talking about Film Village, some years back when we went to, we came all the way down from Lagos to Anambra to meet the then governor of Ebonyi State, Dr. We told him about the problems we're having, about having Film Village, about on the rest of them. He just said, listen, whatever you people want, I am ready to provide. But at the end of the day, when his tenure was over, the governor that succeeded him was not interested in that. Then we now moved to another state. We came to Anambra. We even went to Delta State, and there were promises that we're going to do all these things. But at the end of the day, these are promises that just at the end of the day, nothing happens about. Nigeria do not believe in continuity. If we had something like that, believe you me, many of these things that are happening won't be happening, and government will also be making some modicum of gains. Okay, you said that we made billions and all that. I must tell you, these are figures we hear on the air. They are just like audio money. We do not know about all this money. Can you imagine a director of a movie? If you say director, it say, I'm a director, I'm a legend. If you look at him, he will enter a keke, he will enter a bike, he will enter all that. It's not embarrassing. You have big name, you have big everything, but you're eating like an ant. All these things are because government, as a matter of fact, personally, I feel neglected, so to speak. Do you understand? Because if government actually want to help this industry, they will come and they throw their weight on us. Right. Then they will make us do the right things.
Mr.
Do you understand?
I want you to hold your thoughts, sir. I want you to hold your thoughts. We need to take this commercial break. When we get back, you finish your line of thought and we'll continue the conversation. Please stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Thank you very much.
FM 94.9.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
The miss. First of all, we be microfinance bank. We get license. Wait, time never reach. Plus, get our POS where they reliable when you open business account. Yes. You fit open account from anywhere sharp for service where they reliable, secure, convenient, and fast. Now only one bank you need. Guys, now. Download the app or look for agent where they near you make you start. Money Point, powering dreams.
Àǹfààní ńlá tún lè léyìí o fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn tẹ́ fẹ́lẹ̀ síbi táwọn èèyàn ti ń gbé tíná mọ̀nàmọ́ná wà ń bẹ̀ tọ́nà sì dá dórí ilẹ̀ náà pẹ̀lú perimeter fence àtàwọn ohun amáyédẹrùn mìíràn tó ń dé ètò ààbò tó péye pàápàá jùlọ tí kò sí payà wàhálà ọmọ nílẹ̀ rálẹ̀ kó o gbalẹ̀ lójú ẹsẹ̀ ni iléeṣẹ́ mayor KK Global Engineering Company tó wà ní MKK Multipurpose Building Agara Odò Ẹja New Garage Area Ìbàdàn ló ń ṣe gudugudu méje yàyà mẹ́fà fún gbogbo àwọn oníbàárà wọn iléeṣẹ́ tó ti wà fún ọ̀pọ̀ ọdún sẹ́yìn tí kò sì sálẹ̀ẹ́bù nínú orúkọ wọn àwọn lónílẹ̀ Grace Estate tó wà ládébáyọ̀ area Olúyọ̀lé local government headquarters office Ìbàdàn. Nítorí àǹfààní mega promo tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ ẹ lè rí lẹ̀ rà ní Grace Estate ní 500,000 naira pẹ̀lú ẹ̀bùn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làǹfààní san díẹ̀díẹ̀ náà tún wà ìwọ náà tara ṣàṣà kó wá gba fọ́ọ̀mù dáǹfààní yìí ó tó kásẹ̀ ńlẹ̀. Kọ́lọ̀ WhatsApp 07053936013
kò bá jẹ́ 24, 29 tàbí 32 ṣáà ti fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wa lórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ kàn tẹ 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀.
mi ò kì í ṣẹ̀dá àwọn ọmọ mi mọ̀ tí wọ́n bá dé láti ilé ìwé lójoojúmọ́. ẹ ǹlẹ́ o ǹjẹ́ mo mọ̀ yín báyìí.
Màámi àwa ni.
Àwọn aṣọ ilé ìwé àti bọ̀sẹ̀ tó dọ̀tí wọ̀nyí mọ́ tónítóní láàárọ̀. Àmọ́ ọ̀gá yín ti wá pàwọ̀dà báyìí. Kò kúkú yà mí lẹ́nu. Kékeré kọ́ lọ́rọ̀ ilé ìwé. Kọ́mọ sì tó padà wálé pẹ̀lú àyípadà báyìí. Ó ní láti lókun lára. Torí náà ni mo ṣe máa ń rí dájú pé àwọn ọmọ mi ń jàgbádùn ìṣara lóore Milo láràárọ̀.
Àwọn ọmọ rẹ nílò òkun tó ṣara lóore. Máa fún wọn ní àkọ́tun Milo tí a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rọ lágbára sí láràárọ̀. Ó ní èròjà aṣara lóore tó ń ṣàtìlẹ́yìn ìpèsè okun fún wọn láti járamọ́ iṣẹ́ òòjọ́ wọn. Milo, okun ìtẹ̀síwájú.
32 FM 94.9.
In order order to matter, matters of the state must matter to you.
If some people are crying that they are in darkness, they should go and hold those who vandalize the installation.
Let me say that the political
Stay tuned to Politics on 94.9 32 FM.
All right, welcome back. The podium on 32 FM 94.9. We still have our guest with us, Mr. Ijaodola, National President of the Association of Movie Practitioners, AMPAC. Mr. Azodo, welcome back. You were...
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Azodo, welcome back.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mr. Azodo. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you were answering
right.
Barrister's question on, Film Village, and you were talking about the role of the government, how you feel neglected as well. I think you made mention of that. So please finish that line of thought before I bring in our second panelist.
Okay, thank you. Yes, government is culpable. We too are culpable. You understand that? Because if the government refuses to provide all these things for us, we on our own part should have come together, put our everything together, and go and see how we can get a good land and help ourselves, because things are getting. My brother, if you see what we're saying, if you know what we know, you will say that, oh God, what's going? Because all you see, all those things are just make believe. People believe that we are this, we are that. But my brother, we are very, very poor. I must have to be honest with you. We're impoverished.
But we see some of them buy flashy cars, buy houses in, high-end areas in Lagos. I mean, you see some of these things on social media. You wonder. I mean, it goes contrary to what you're saying about the actors being neglected. Yes,
I have to be honest with you. Yeah, all those things are just. I call them audio money. Somebody, okay, like if I have a rich friend, he can go out of you and buy me a car of 20 million, 30 million, and people that see me, they will think that it's Nollywood that's giving it to me. It's wrong. It's not true. If a director, you pay a director like 200, 300,000 naira and all that, what do you expect? Before he comes out from that side, he's already eating up to 150 or 100,000 naira. By the time he gets home, what happens to the money? It's because we're not planning these things very well. And a lot of people, see, you know what is killing us? Selfishness. We don't want to come together and bring what we have together so as to look at our tomorrow. They're just looking at now. They're not looking at the bigger picture, which is very, very wrong. I blame also, and I blame government too. Right. Everybody is culpable.
Let me go to Prof now. Professor Remi Ayede of the University of Ibadan is our second panelist. Prof? Prof, I think your mic is muted. Prof, I cannot hear you. We can't hear you, Prof. Yes. Is your mic muted?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, it's better now. Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
So I was saying that I thought there was a game village in Asaba, a film village in Asaba, and there are also private film villages and research centers like the KAP we have in Ibadan, and that even though many governments have not shown interest, that there are actually private initiatives within Nollywood to address some of these resources that are required to facilitate the production of movies.
Mr. Azodo?
Okay.
Yeah.
I had him. Okay, talking about Film Village in Asaba. One thing is to put up a structure. Another thing is to make it accessible to people. The film village in Asaba is not functional. They're using it for another thing altogether. I'm telling you, if you go there, you will shout. You will know that all those things are not working very well. They're just, you see them on papers. They're not working very, very well. Probably the one in Ibadan may be working, but I'm talking about the one in Asaba. It's not working. And again, because there are some private houses in Asaba that we do use for film shoots. If you go there, if I tell you the amount people charge, you will be surprised, because money, there's no much money in the industry. Okay, you want to use the location now. They will tell you that this location is 300,000 naira from morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. What would you do? The director will now try to work his ass off and all that just to make sure that he beats the time. And it's wrong. We should not be in a rush to do this job because the jobs you do today will still stand till 40 years or 50 years. That's the problem. So if they tell you that the film village in Asaba is working, it is not functioning, quote me. But there's a place in Asaba what we call Ugunwosu. There's another place that if you want to shoot epic. There's another place in Asaba what we call, I remember the name. If you go there to shoot, no security, no good food, the roads are crazy. If you go there with your car, you may end up coming back with keke, only to go back the next day with mechanic. All these things are being neglected, and we're not speaking up. We need to speak up. Do you know, and I know the reason we don't speak up. Because in an industry where you have somebody with you on the same set, they're paying the person 10,000 naira, and they're paying another person 1.something million naira. What do you expect? Those at 1.something million naira will be that happy. They're not even seeing what the little people are seeing. So all of us need to come to terms and believe that, listen, it is for everybody. So that's just the thing. The film village thing is not working. Government should please.
Right.
They will come to assist. We need assistance from them. That's just the truth.
Mr. Azodo, you mentioned earlier that you have about 8 different associations that have been licensed. 18 that have been licensed to, produce movies. Do you think that you have too many associations? Maybe you need to harmonize everything to ensure professionalism, that all of these things should be taken care of, like welfare of actors on set, making sure that you have everything if you are traveling to a village to ensure the safety of the actors traveling with you. Maybe you should harmonize it to have a single body like you have in the profession, the medical profession, for instance. You have the NMA, you have the MBA in the law profession, you have Society of Engineers in the engineering profession as well. Do you think that is what is lacking? Because you have AMPAC, you have Actors Guild, you have ANTP, I think that's the Yoruba, all kinds of bodies, all kinds of bodies, yes.
Hello, can I talk now?
Yes,
sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, what you're saying is very, very correct. Before now, it was more than 300 or 500 until ED of Census Board, Alhaji Thomas Adedayo came in and somehow was able to make it just up to 18. This 18 years, we're looking at how we can now bring it down to like 8 or 9. But listen, fusing all of them together will not work. You know why it will not work? Because we have actors. We have creative designers, those that design their costumes, those that make people up. We have cinematographers. We have production managers. Having to fuse all of them in one distance, it's going to cost a lot. Probably our own is quite peculiar. It's not like the MBA, the engineer and all that. I'm telling you the truth. So that's the challenge that we're having. But even at that, if we have love and come together, make it up to like just 8, and the 8 will be speaking up with one voice. And government will listen to us. Whatever we want, we must achieve because we are like Miro. People watch us, people see us. But I tell you something, if you become so popular without money to back it up, I will not say it's popularity. I will say it's notoriety. You become notorious. It's crazy. Believe me.
Okay, one more question before I go to Barrister now. Let me go back to the Hollywood industry because that's like the standard everyone is looking up to. Sometime in October 2021, an American cinematographer was accidentally shot on the set of a movie titled Rust. She was shot by a gun that was held by popular actor Alec Baldwin. Now, the gun was supposed to be used, during the movie. Right now, Mr. Baldwin is set to go on trial for involuntary manslaughter, a charge he denies. Many Nigerians say that this is an example of an organized movie industry in which people are held accountable. Do you think that the producers of that movie that Junior Pope was supposed to act in should be, held in some kind of prosecuted in one way or the other? Because we're talking about a human being who lost his life on the way to to a movie set. If you compare it to what happened in the United States as well, the actor who held the gun, who shot the gun on set, is being charged to court, is facing involuntary manslaughter. Do you think something like that should happen in this case here?
Of course, Adam Maluk should be held culpable because listen, ignorance is not an excuse. If she had put all these things in place with her producer, not only her and her producer, both of them should be charged. Do you understand me? Because somebody has to take this blame, because if you don't do it, tomorrow, worst may happen. Okay, do you know that there was a time we were shooting a movie in Ila? There was a gun that was supposed to be used by Chiwatalago. I don't know whether you know him.
Yes, I know.
So this man, this gun, he said, I hope you people have checked the gun. They said yes. He said, okay. He was to shoot somebody. And they did juju so that the gun will not enter the person. So Chiwatalago brought up the gun and just wanted to just test. He shot it up. Boom. Jesus. He dropped the gun and started crying. He said, if he had pointed this gun at this man, they will now say that Chiwatalago has killed somebody. So in this very case, somebody has to take the blame. Somebody must go in for it. Let them try it. Even if at the end of the day, the person goes scot-free, fine, but let us start. And once we start, we have started.
Right.
That's my opinion, though.
Right. Let me go to Barrister now. Barrister?
Yes,
yes, Barrister.
Thank you very much, Toba. And Ifeanyi, we are enjoying you. There is another issue, that I would really love you to speak on. It appears the female members of your organization are doing pretty well. Most of the houses in the highbrow areas of Lagos are being purchased by them. So the first question is, what makes them tick? Why is it that it is the women that are getting all the benefits of the movie industry? That's number one. Then number two, I have noticed over time that when actors are down, most times it is actors, not the female ones, they resort to appealing for contributions from the public to pay hospital bills, pay for surgeries, and what have you. In some cases, some even have to depend on stipends from the public to make ends meet. Isn't there a kind of insurance? Are you guys not into, this insurance stuff? Even if you don't have a pension scheme in place, which ordinarily should be, but isn't there an insurance scheme, to take care of things like this? Maybe when actors or actresses drop sick and need financial help. Do you have any of such in place?
Okay, thank you, Barrister. Okay, the first one that first question you asked me, both of us can answer it. Now, let me tell you something. I'm sorry, I'm talking like this. You said that most times, if all the females make it and all of that, buying all the buildings in highbrow areas in Lagos, yeah, he's right. But the question you go ask yourself is this. This person that is buying this building and doing all that, what is their take home? How much are they paying you? Is the money actually coming from Nollywood? This is what you have to ask yourself. Is it coming from Nollywood? Of course, your guess is as good as mine. And I'm telling you, I'm an insider. I'm sorry, I'm being but I have to be very honest. So most times, if you see, somebody can see an actress and say, you're wonderful, well, let me bless you. 5 million naira, 10 million, it has happened before me. Countless times. You understand that? So this money you are saying is not coming actually from the industry. Somebody can, so that's just the truth. You understand me? Then talking about when we go down, we resort to appealing and the rest of them. Let me use Amechi Monago's case as a yardstick. When Amechi became so sick, I was among the people that took him to Newi, that hospital at Newi. Immediately we got there, I didn't know that somebody was filming this very thing. My phone rang. I said, what happened to Amechi? I said, Amechi is sick, he's down. No. Oh, so sorry. Just send account number. Let me, they are the people that will initiate this move. So I sent Amechi's account number. The person, bless him, they made up to 4.something million and all that. But it's not like it is a wonderful thing. Talking about insurance is in place, but it's not functional, it's not working. Most times we neglect this very thing, and it is very, very wrong because you never can tell when anything will happen. You are young today, tomorrow you are old. So we better start planning today for our tomorrow, which most of our guys, most of our boys, they don't. They believe that if we make 100,000 naira now, I will down the 100,000 naira, then tomorrow another 100,000 naira. It's a crazy mentality. So I'm not a fan of that. You understand me? So when people begin to give us money, do this, do that, it doesn't mean that most time we beg, but they want to identify with you. They want, because once that is done, papers will carry, hey, this person gave 3 million, this person gave this. Okay, let me say again, I don't know whether you know about this guy, Obima the Bogo, he did King of Muzanga. This guy, when he was sick, he needed 12 million naira. That was when that was so many years ago, that was what I can say that, fine, we went begging because the money was mountainous. We went to a lot of people. There was a particular man we went to. I don't want to mention. Let me mention his name. Ifeanyi Ubah. We went to Ifeanyi Ubah. Ifeanyi Ubah, that's the senator now. Ifeanyi Ubah said, I know this very man. Because we showed this picture. I know this very man. Can you put him on call? We put him on call. But I said, Obima, nothing will happen to you. This and that and that. I'll give you 3 million naira immediately. He sent this money. Likewise, some other people, we were able to raise up to 15 million, even though at the end of the day, this guy died. But when I go home, this question you asked me came to my mind. I said, why can't we do something? Why can't we have a trust fund? Put something in place. If something happens to any of us, we can dip our hands into that now, do something. The idea came up, but a lot of people scuttled it. You have, listen, one man's meat is another man's poison. The people were saying a lot of things and all that. And I just kept my mouth shut. But today, as if you know what's going on, today, we're discussing it in the Federation about this insurance and insurance that will be working. Not insurance, just, that people will be saying that and it's not working. Insurance that will be working. So that is my take, barrister.
Okay, I mean, just a quick follow-up to the question. I mean, when you see some of these actors who are, I like to call them our cultural ambassadors because they project the country, build the image about the country as well. So when you see them pass away in such tragic manner, just like Junior Pope, did you tend to think about what becomes of their family members, the children that he left behind? Do you think maybe your organization should hasten the establishment of this trust fund so that the children can have something to fall back on in terms of education, the upkeep for the family as well?
Yeah, it's part of what we're discussing in this federation right now. But let me bring this one to your notice too. We're talking about Junior Pope, Amechimo, and the rest of them because they're the people that have made it. They still belong to the Nollywood. There are so many small ones, upcomers and all that nobody knows, and they are suffering crazy things. Nobody talks about them. Everybody wants to identify with success. But these small ones, nobody talks. They don't have voice. How do we assist them? Okay. Junior Pope is dead. I can bet Junior is better. It will be big. There are so many other little ones that died alongside him. If you go to their burial, nobody will go there. So we're in the federation. We're trying to see how we can carry every thumb we can carry along because every head is the same. No head is superior to any other, anyone. So that's the thing. We're working towards how we can not only Junior Pope's family and the other, every family that is involved. We are trying to see how we can carry them along because the person that died was the breadwinner. So we can see how we can at least, one or the other, assist that family. Right. That's what we're discussing.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you have task force that go around to ensure that there is safety, there's welfare, actors are well fed and everything. I mean, how does your task force work? Do they go to every location, or do you have to be a member of your association for you to have access to the task force? Because these are some of the questions many Nigerians will have. That why wasn't your task force there when this kind of thing happened? Should your task force have allowed them to go on that boat without a life jacket and everything, Mr. Azodo?
Okay. One is that we don't have any of our members on that set. But naturally, if you are shooting a movie, our task force is everywhere. It's in Lagos, in Abuja, it's everywhere. They will go there to make sure that the welfare of their members are not toyed with. So if we had our members there, because normally if they are shooting, they will alert there's a dot, they will alert you. So once they do that, you send their task force, they go to that to check. If they had gone to that very place, they would have been able to find out that these are not in place. And once they're not in place, it is risky. And once that thing is risky, you ask them to opt out. Nothing can be compared to life. So that's just the truth. Nothing can. Then because saying this may seem as if I'm trying to blame. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
It's not as if I'm trying to indict agent. No, I'm not trying to indict anybody. Let me tell you one funny thing. Task force can decide to say you people should not opt out after saying that they will leave. Then if they leave, these people will now go out of their way to let's go. Then let's go. It's not to cross over and shoot. It's not to cross over and shoot, which is wrong. So as much as the task force is there, you also will try to help yourselves too. You must. So that's just the truth.
Okay, let me go to Prof now. Prof?
With Nollywood has to do with funds. And I don't know whether it's logical to compare it with the music industry. If you see one of the successes of the music industry is the internationalization, especially making its presence in the global market of the West. It seems Nollywood is very popular within Africa, but it's not been able to make an inroad into the global movie market. And that's probably why it's not been able to raise the kind of investment that would put it in a very comfortable situation. What exactly is the problem? Is it that there's a blockade against Nollywood, or there are internal problems relating to quality and so on and so forth within the industry?
Okay, they say that too many cooks spoil the food. In movie industry, we have a lot of hands in the crew, in the cast, but in music industry, you can have the artist. The artist can decide on what he wants to do, and he will fight it to a logical conclusion. In the movie industry, the producer may say this, the director will bring up his own idea, even an artist will come up with his or her own idea, and all these things will be jamming. So that is the problem we are having. That's why we've not been able to make that inroad they're talking about in the international distance. But we have voters, we have, even though it's not there, it's just one handful of them. But it is not enough. All of us need to come together, think the same way, because it's supposed to be a like-mind thing. But it's not what is happening. If you come to where we're shooting, you will be surprised at what's going on. You say, but I'm surprised at what we see outside. What we see outside is cohesion, but here, a lot of confusion. So that is just the problem that we are having in Nollywood. This one, I agree. I agree. So that's the problem. Okay, you know that somebody said that good soup na money. Every good film you see starts with the scripting. Then if you bring up a good script, you will see somebody, probably because the person will say, I'm a thespian. I say, I am this, I have been 40 years in Nollywood, I want it this way, I want it that way. Whereas the original, the owner of the story has something in mind. But because you feel your age and industry can intimidate him, the person will just keep quiet. If you bring out the film, one, the film may not make much impact. Then secondly, technically, we're talking about the mode of camera that we used to shoot that will now help us to make this inroad you're talking about. We compromise a lot. Our camera, if musicians, they use red to shoot. They use red, some Red Dragon and the rest. Artists, some of us are still using Canon 5D Mark III. Who will take it in the international market? Not Netflix. Not all, they will not take it. So we're still lagging behind. We're just playing around Africa, and it's like we are contented with that, which is wrong. We should look beyond all these things. If we can hire a red camera and shoot a movie, the movie may cost up to 100 million, 70 million, fine. But before you do it, you must have made sure that you have your market at hand. Because if you shoot If you go to borrow money from a corporate body, you get there, you access your loan and all that, and at the end of the day, the thing does not fly. You have a very big problem. So what I'm trying to say is that musicians, they are at advantage because it's more or less like one-man thing. The movie making is all encompassing. That's what I'm saying. I don't know whether I've answered your question, sir. Yeah. Barrister or Prof.
Yes. We have professionals handling the various departments. I thought people are trained, in filmmaking, trained in script writing, and the various sections of the industry. I thought you have experts who provide the technical input that will make quality products emerge out of the industry.
Okay, sir. Prof, I heard you. Okay, like I said, we have a lot of bullies in the industry. Even if your story is the ultimate, the best and all that, the person will come up with what I said before. I've been 40 years and all that in industry and all that. But like you said, if a director is on set, a director that knows his onions, that is on set, and you come to tell him that, see, I want this to be changed, the director will just put his leg on the ground. Listen, you are not doing anything. Okay, like I was shooting When God Says Yes. I had on set who R&D was there, 𝐷 was there, Claire Mohammed, 𝐂𝐐𝐒. So there was a point, we had an issue. So the issue was that whether 𝐷 will kneel down and beg his daughter. All of them said, no, this and that. I asked them a question. I said, am I truly the director on set? They said, yes. I said, I want it done this way. Everybody said, okay, it's okay, the director has spoken. We started shooting. At the end of the day, it was done the way I wanted it. And from back, R&D came and said, oh boy, the way you shoot him, he's fine. I said, go and tell Uncle. Most times they should allow directors to interpret this very thing. They should respect the department.
Right.
And pick for what.
Mr. Azodo, please hold that thought. Mr. Azodo, please hold that thought. We need to take another commercial break. When we get back, you can finish your line of thoughts. We'll be back in a moment. Do stay with us.
All right, thanks.
FM 94.9.
My people, if you never try us, this is not waiting you to miss. First of all, we be microfinance bank, we get license. Wait, time never reach. Plus, get our POS where they reliable when you open business account. Yes, you fit open account from anywhere sharp for service where they reliable, secure, convenient, and fast. Now only one bank you need. Guys, oh yeah now. Download the app or look for agent where they near you make you start. Money Point, powering dreams.
Ìmọ̀lẹ̀ dé òkùnkùn parada. Ojúlọ̀bára Aba capsule. Ojú ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ ara. Èdùmàrè má gbòde ọ̀sán lọ́wọ́ wa. Àkànṣe gbòógì tá a fi mọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ṣe fún ìtọ́jú ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí ò mọ̀lẹ̀ kedere. Tàbí tó ń wò báyìí. Ojúlọ̀bára Aba capsule. Egbògi oníkóró ni NAFDAC ìlú ló ń tẹ̀ gbà. Authentic Clear Vision ló ṣe é. Ó wà ní chemist àti pharmacy stores lágbègbè rẹ̀. Ẹ tún lè ríra lọ́fíìsì Authentic Clear Vision. Tó wà business complex. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Amidu Ajibade shopping complex Gate Ìbàdàn. Àǹfààní ńlá wà fún alágbàtà tó ń kó ní pálí.
081-4254-3127 081-4254-3127.
Ojúlọ̀bára Aba capsule tí o bá sí àyípadà bó o ṣe fẹ́ tètè lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
Ojúlọ̀bára Aba capsule ilé iṣẹ́ Authentic Clear Vision ló gbé jáde.
Ẹ̀yin fans mi. It's okay. Ẹ lọ sórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ní 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ àsáàpù. It's okay.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Alhaji, wọ́n ní Mẹ́kà ọdún yìí ó yàtọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, ìtò ti sòmí ní Saudi. Wọ́n ti gbé òfin tuntun kalẹ̀. Tètè sanwó kó tètè gba físà ni wọ́n ń pè é. Alálàájì ti gbọ́dọ̀ tètè sanwó Mẹ́kà rẹ̀ tán báyìí. Torí pé April 27 lọ̀rọ̀ gbígba físà Hajj ó dópin. Tòun ti bẹ́ẹ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ Libra Gold Travels and Tours Limited tó níwèé àṣẹ gbogbo ní Nàìjíríà àti Saudi ti parí gbogbo ètò kalẹ̀. Fáwọn tó bá fẹ́ bá wa rìnrìn àjò Hajj tọdún yìí nírọ̀rùn. Insha Allah. June 7th lágbéra. June 26 láde padà sí Nàìjíríà. No disappointment ni Qatar Airline lẹ́wọ̀. Ilé tó dáa tó súnmọ́ Aráàmù lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ní Mẹ́kà Mẹdínà. Owó wa rọjú. Síá ọ̀fẹ́. Àṣepé iṣẹ́ tòun ìtọ́ni àwọn àfáà tó dáńtọ́. Ọ́fíìsì Libra Gold wà ní number 1 and 2 UV Block A Agric Complex tó wà lójú títì ní Bódìjà ọjà nìbàdàn. Ẹ pè wá 08038176535 tàbí 08172027447. Libra Gold alálàájì ìrọ̀rùn.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ arọ́pòdògiri pàtàkì ní fáwọn ọrọ̀ ajé tó ti rẹ́sẹ̀ wálẹ̀ káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé. A jẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹni tó ń jàrọ̀kọ̀ àti múṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́kùnkúndùn àǹfààní àti nílẹ̀ oko lágbègbè tó fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Níléeṣẹ́ Lucom Integrated Services Limited gbé wá báyìí yìí o. Pẹ̀lú 600,000 naira péré ẹ ó ní odidi éékà alẹ́ oko kan sí Ìsẹ́yìn Adó-Àwáyé Road, ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ìrìnàjò wákàtí kan àti ìṣẹ́jú 15 péré ni sí Mọ́níyà Ìbàdàn. Iyekíye éékà tẹ́ bá wá ń fẹ́ ti wà ńlẹ̀ láti fi ṣọ̀gbìn ẹ̀gẹ́, ọ̀gbìn kaṣú, ọ̀pẹ, odò ẹja àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Lára owó tẹ́ bá san láfi bá yín roko ṣe ìwé àti àwòrán lẹ́yìn. Àǹfààní ilẹ̀ oko yìí ló dé wá báyìí látọwọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Lucom pẹ̀lú ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation Sultry tó fi mọ́ Agro Rangers ti iléeṣẹ́ Nigeria Security and Civil Defence Corps. Tó bá ti wá yá yín ẹ pe ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí tàbí kẹ́ WhatsApp 0702-534-8213 0702-534-8213. Pẹ̀lú Lucom ilẹ̀ oko níní ti dìrọ̀rùn.
FM 94.9.
When the people became silent,
the government became oppressive. It's time to lend your voice to politics.
On 94.9, 32 FM.
Welcome back. The podium on 32 FM 94.9. We still have Mr. Ijaodola with us. He's a stakeholder in the Nigerian film industry. He's the president of the Association of Practitioners, AMPAC. We've been talking about the Nollywood industry, the challenges, the potential as well. Mr. Ijaodola, thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back. You were, telling us a story about how you stood your ground as a director while you had veterans on set.
Yes. So what I'm just trying to say is that if you know, you know. If you don't know, you know. I'm talking to the professor. Like, you know what it took you to become a professor? It's not like that in the industry. Today, somebody can come in and say he wants to register as an actor. The next 2 months, he will call you and tell you, I'm not directing. No, it's not embarrassing. It's terrible. There's no yardstick and all that. So there's nothing like pure professionalism in the industry. These are the things that we're trying to handle in this federation. You understand me? Because by the time, he will tell you he has gone to register as a director. Even if you do not want him, you will go and register with license, register with the CAC. And they will give him license and all that. It's terrible. So what I'm trying to say is that do not look at us as if you're looking at like organized, like lawyers, doctors and all that. These things are the things that we're battling right now to see how we can do it. Because if you come in today and tomorrow tell me you're a director, what do you expect? What can you direct? It's not possible. You don't even know what a director is, who a director is. But if you want to train on the line, fine. It will take you some 3-4 years. If you want to read as a course, fine. After doing that, you come out a better person. And if they see a work done by a seasoned director, it's quite different from a work done by most of these mediocres. I'm telling you the truth. So I am pained seriously, but I am happy that we're talking about it in the Federation right now. And this guy is helping us seriously too. The new AD of Census Board, Dr. Shaibu, is helping us seriously. So that's just the truth.
Okay. Barrister, let me go to Barrister now.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, Ephraim, I want to ask you a question that often comes from critics of your industry. The American movie industry was in space through its films, even before man landed on the moon. The film industry was the precursor to robotics that is currently sweeping the world. So many innovative, foresighted, and ingenious scripts and films that challenge society to innovations and new ideas. Sadly, however, the movie industry in Nigeria, it is argued, is a mere reflection of societal ills rather than projecting new ideas. Is this true?
Well, what you're saying is right, but I'll say, okay, it is very simple. How do stories come? Stories come as a result of events and the rest of them. Like over there, a lot of things happen. They're into scientific things and the rest of them. Here in Nigeria, just like when Obasanjo when he was the president then, he went to South Africa and came back and called all of us, me, Zakodi, and a whole lot of us, and said we should stop doing money ritual movies and the rest. Right? We asked why. He said that in South Africa, they were asking whether is it true that today in Nigeria you are poor, tomorrow you are rich. Jonas, that will show you how it goes. So, but frankly, I think what informs our kind of stories are the things that happen around us. If you go out of your way to do something that is not in the country, where is our market? For now, our market is Nigeria. Our market is Africa. But even though we're looking at the bigger picture, but our market is here. We try to do something like that in Imo State. That is, Aton Zeribe was still alive then. We tried to do something like that in 1999. I remember the name of the movie, Amako Investment. He spent almost 21 million naira to do this kind of film. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, we lost. We didn't get the money. But even till today, if I watch that movie, I'm still very, very glad. I'm still very, very happy. Probably we may decide to do a reload of that kind of film. Now, people in Nigeria do not want to experiment with their money. People in the corporate body also do not want to give out their money to those they do not know very, very well. How do we get the funding in case we want to do a film of such magnitude that you're talking about, or even half of that magnitude? It's a problem. We wish we would gladly want to shoot something like that. But where do you get the fund? The funding is our problem. So that is just the truth. You understand me? What you said is correct. It's very, very correct. But we're also looking at our own resources, because if you go beyond that, it becomes a problem. You enter with it. So that's just the truth.
Okay. Mr. Zodo.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, just along the line of what you just answered, you talked about how the stories come. Some Nigerians feel like there are too many stories that need to be told, in this country. We have had series of events from the colonial times to independence, the civil war, the military coup. We could even do biopic. I mean, when you see some of these Hollywood movies, you see stories of ex-presidents, stories of people who have made their mark, in sports, in all kinds of places. That there are too many untold stories here that can shape the narrative of this country better. For instance, that can take away the narrative that in Nigeria, just like you mentioned, that when former President Olusegun Obasanjo went to South Africa, they said, "Do you wake up and become rich by doing ritual?" It can even educate people as well, because I mean, if there is a movie, objective, story about the first military coup, for instance, or the event of the 60s, the election crisis here in the old Western region, things like this can help young people know a lot more about the country and the history of the country as well. Is your body looking in that direction in terms of telling our own story and preserving our history? Because history is practically dead in some way in this country. Many people don't know anything anymore, in this country. Someone told me a story about how he was talking to 200 level students of a particular institution. He was asking them about Stella Dadeville, and they didn't know who she was. I think thankfully there's a movie about her and how she helped during the Ebola crisis. So are you looking towards that direction as well?
Oh yeah. You're asking two questions. About the film, like helping people, the upcomers to become better persons. Of course, if you take our time to watch our films to the end, because a film will start, we have three lessons: beginning, middle, and end. It will start. It will go to the middle where you see that person, that recalcitrant, become rich, doing all that. Then the end, you see the punishment and all that. I'm afraid to tell you that most of our young ones, they don't have the patience to watch this film to an end. And it's very, very bad. The only ones they will take is the one that is appealing to them. Hey, look at Zubi doing this. Hey, look at this. They did not have the patience to do that, which is very wrong. So I will appeal to our parents to insist that most times they will make sure that their children watch the film to an end, because the end is where the message is. Then talking about doing all these kind of the films, history films and the rest of them, yes, it's good. But if you're talking about history and you want to replicate it the way it is money. If I tell you how much we spent to shoot movie, you will shout. A PA, person in America, earns more than the entire money you use to shoot a movie in Nigeria. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. That's statistically.
Yes.
Yes. So in Nigeria, you bring about 4 million, 5 million, 10 million to do. What will you do? In terms of research, will 5 million or 10 million help you? It can't even help. You can't go anywhere. But I bet you, if either corporate body or anybody decide to do something of that magnitude, fine. Do your research, do everything, and come up with the story. They will criticize it. They will go conference on the story, bring it out. We'll go and shoot. The person will smile onto the back, of course. But because we're in a hurry, let me tell you, somebody can wake up today. I will not call them. There's a story I dreamt about. Come to my house. So I came to his house. He told me the story and said that he wants us to start the shoot next week. I said, you've not even written this story. You've not even done any conference. He said, no, I don't want to. I said, no, it doesn't work that way. We are so much in a hurry. I don't know whether we're thinking that the war will come to an end immediately. It will not. I am asking them to be very, very patient and be thorough with their stories, because the bane of the whole thing is the story. And a director that will interpret that story very, very well. Because you can come up with a good story, then the director will spoil it. You can come up with a bad story, the director will make it good. That is how it is. So we're thinking along that line, but still, the funding is the problem. Thank you.
All right, Prof.
I'm still following on the discussion on funding. There are so many possibilities for partnership. I remember there was a debate some time ago about how the military is portrayed in Nigerian movies. And I know that in the United States, the military industry, in fact, the entire security industry, is very close to the movie industry, because they also want to influence the image that is being portrayed by the industry. What about partnership with government, with private organization? I mean, it's in such a manner that both the industry and the partners will benefit from the outcome or from the product that comes out of military. Is that not a major way of promoting or raising funds for the movie industry, and also supporting or create some kind of organic relationship, between the industry and the various sectors of the world?
Okay. There was a time they sent us about 300 scripts from Defense Headquarters, about 300 scripts, and they asked us to look at it, go through it, vet it, and see the ones that we feel we can do. We did all we can. We brought it down to 20. Later it was to 10. When it was time to go, everything stopped. I don't know what happened. Even till today, they're no longer talking with us from Nigerian Film Corporation, JOS. Then you said something about America, their film industry and their military. Their film industry and their military, they work cap in hand, unlike what is obtainable here. If you are seen in Nigeria wearing camouflage, it becomes a problem. There was a film I shot in Bamadi many years back. So I acted as a colonel and also directed. One day, when JTF people, they accosted us and they looked at my phone, they saw it. I said, am I a military person? I said, no, but I'm an actor. They said, does that give you the right to wear camouflage? If it's not because of me, they would have actually dealt with me. It's because of who I am. If it was a nobody, they would have messed the person up. That will show you how far our military go when it comes to things like that. Okay, I wanted to shoot a military movie. I wrote to them that we needed an helicopter, just helicopter. After 3 months, they responded. that we should wait, that they're waiting for signal. Another a month and still the same thing. So my of the job was running out of time. He said, don't you think it's better? We'll go to the airport, go to this. So we started asking. So we now noticed that we can hire an helicopter from aero contractors. We called them and they said 1 hour, 500,000 naira. Then we paid. So these guys are not ready, the way I see, to partner with us. Probably they're still seeing us as that we are anti-government, that we are this and that. It's not true. There's never a time where we are and we will never be anti-government. We are together. But all we need is just to come to drawing board, all of us, the government, military, or whoever is involved, and then we will now dot the T's and cross the I's. That's the way it should be. So we really, really need to partner with them. But the problem is that who will arrange for this very, very partnering? That is part of, because I don't know, I keep mentioning federation here. Federation is all the guilds and associations in the movie industry in Nigeria. All of their presidents are the people that are discussing about this very, very thing. Because if this thing should continue like this and it goes out of hand, I mean, it will be crazy. The government should understand that we were able to take off the streets many prostitutes, many armed robbers, many of these guys. We gave them a lot of things. They should come to our rescue and help us. Even if there's a place we're doing wrong, nobody has monopoly of knowledge. You're doing it like this. Can't you do it like this? See, we are open to ideas. That's just the truth of the matter.
Let me go
this industry started from nothing.
Yeah. Let me go to Barrister now. Let me go to Barrister. Barrister?
Yes. Ephraim.
My brother.
Ephraim, can you hear me?
Council, I can hear you. I can hear you very well.
I want
Hello,
to
Council, I can hear you
now. You are going to be a teacher now for the purpose of the questions I am going to ask you.
Okay.
And the reason is very simple. There are so many people who are listening to us, including the young ones who may be aspiring to come into the industry. So my question is two-pronged. Number one, what is the essence of the film industry in Nigeria? What is the essence of the film industry in Nigeria? That's number one. And then number two, like I said, it is for the sake of those listening who may want to be part of your enviable role in society, nation building, someday. Can you educate us on what and who is necessary in the making of the movie?
Okay, thank you. The essence of the industry, essentially, to correct so many ills in the society using motion picture. If there are things you want to be done this way and that way, you can use motion picture to correct it immediately, because it is very, very magical. What you see with your eyes is always hard for somebody to come and tell you, no. That is essentially the reason. Then about people, sorry, I didn't get that second question very well, Council. Sorry. Second question. Hello?
Yeah, Barrister.
I didn't get that second question very well.
From the beginning to the end. If you can educate us on that.
No. Moderator, please. I didn't get that. I can't. He's breaking. I can't hear his question very well. That's the second one.
Okay, but Barrister, can you take the question again?
Yeah, the second one, please.
Okay. The second question is asking, like I told you, I said I want to make you a lecturer this morning, so that Professor Ayede does not come and be bugaing for us. Let us show him that we have another lecturer in the house. So I am saying, if you want to make a movie, what is necessary and who are the people that are necessary in putting together the movie?
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. If you want to make a movie, a lot of people are necessary for the movie because, like I said earlier, it starts with scripting. After writing your script, you bring it out, get a panel of 4 or 5 persons to criticize. We call it conference. You conference on your script. After doing that, and you are sure that you are good to go, that the script can fly, now you hire the service of a producer who will now get the director, get all that crews, get the cast, settle them. Then, if they bring them to the director will now take it over or take it up from where the producer stops, and he will now start calling the shots. That's the truth. Then secondly, somebody was asking me some time ago about a similar thing that you asked. And he's not too fine, he's ugly, this and that, even though he didn't go to school, and he do this and all that. I said, listen, that you did not go to school does not mean that you cannot express yourself via acting. That you can even, once you start acting now, it may prepare you to start going to school. That this is an industry that hires everybody, even if you're a bricklayer, even if you're a bus driver, it hires everybody once you know what you are doing. That is just the truth. We need everybody. So that's just the truth.
Right. Mr. Azodo, let me go back to the issue you mentioned earlier. You talked about audio money, but I mean, when we read some of these stories, it tends to contradict what you said earlier. Because Funke Akindele's A Tribe Called Judah, for instance, shattered all the records in Nollywood. Within 21 days of hitting the cinemas, became the first Nigerian film to gross 1 billion naira. That's one. And then there is that Netflix angle as well. You know, thousands of dollars have been made by movie makers on Netflix right now. You know, when you put it on the platform, the streams and everything, it rakes in billion. 𝐃𝐈𝐒 also did the same, making millions, you know, within a couple of days of releasing a movie. So maybe the thing is not as gloomy as you painted it for us if you look at how much has been made by these actors and actresses.
Okay. In a situation where we have like 1 million producers or 1 million directors, and 2, 3, 4 are the people making this, is that a pass mark? No, of course it's not. Yeah, Funke Akindele and the rest of them, they're netting all the money, and I appreciate them. It's very, very good. I give them kudos. You know why? Because those things you see them getting are coming through dint of hard work and perseverance. Because most times we do all we need to do is that let's shoot. Because they are shooting for Nigeria. But Funke Akindele and the rest of other persons that you mentioned had their eyes on the globe, on the international market, and they were able to get there. Our organs here, who I call organs here, are the EPs, that is the executive producers. They are in a hurry. They're okay with the 2 million they're making, 3 million they're making on top of this very thing, which is very, very wrong. And we're now trying to see that's a culture. And it's not good. It's not like I am supporting them but it is not good. If they can borrow from what Funke has done and the other people, they will go further. Now, most of the times, what they think is that I only have 4 million naira to shoot, forgetting that you can meet Okeke or meet Ruth. Come, let us collab. Let's come together and do this very thing. Bring your file, bring my file. This time, bring 12 million, 13 million. We can do something that will catch internationally. So what I'm trying to say is that when I said that audio money is not about all, but I know what I'm saying. Because in a situation where we are 50, where we're 100, only one is doing this, it's not palatable. It's not commendable. That's what I'm just trying to say.
Yeah, I understand. I understand perfectly, Prof.
Yes, I think he has made a very, very important point concerning the culture in Nollywood, and I think that's a big problem in terms of the values in that industry. We have had cases of, if you don't sleep with this person, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, you will not go anywhere, you will not go far. It seems that there are entrenched forces within Nollywood who cut short the possibility of progress. There's poor management of talent, to put it more professionally. If that is the case, how do we begin to address that situation?
Oh, okay. The truth is that Like they keep saying, whatever God does not do does not exist, does not know does not exist. I've had series of cases like that, molestations and all that, even among guys, we have cases of that. That he said that if you don't sleep with you, I'm not going to give you this role. If you don't do this, I'm not going to. I will not ask. Come, let me tell you something. Must you work only for that producer? We have a lot of producers. If you go there and it happens that way, just make your own report, go on. Then we will investigate. If truly that person is culpable, we have ways of handling things like that. This thing is not only peculiar to Nollywood. It happens everywhere in almost all the industries, even in the church, in the companies, banks, it happens. But the reason most times Nollywood's zone is higher is because, because of their fame, because of their popularity. So even if the person speaks, they will talk about it. So that's just the truth. If somebody molests you and you keep quiet, it's not fantastic. Because most times they will say, if you talk, that will be your end. Yes, you look at the person, whether you like it or not, one day, because no crime is perfect, one day it will come up and people will now start talking. So what I'm trying to say is that we call it sex for rule now, just like in the university, sex for Mark and the rest of them. But it's crazy. And at the same time, you notice that most times, some people come prepared. I'm talking about the female folks. They want to do something like that because I want to be like Genevieve. I want to be like Omotola. I want to be like that. They're ready to do this. They are the people that will even be tempting you in most cases, or in some cases. And if you don't know what you're doing, you may fall victim of such too. As much as most times our producers, male producers, try to do something like this, but at the same time, most artists, because they want to be like this, want to be like that, they will do anything to get you there. Do you know that people go as much as buying cars for our producers? Yes, I must tell you. I don't want to mention that they buy cars, but I want giving me this rule. Even if don't pay me. Even if it means take 40% or 50% of my pay. And if you look at the pay, what would the pay be? Like you're paying the person 100,000, 50,000, you take 20,000. It's not terrible. It's not crazy. You're not walking. Listen, one can never get to his destination walking backwards. And that is what we are doing currently in Nollywood. This that is happening isn't what we bled for. This is not how we wanted it. But most times you cannot correct things like that because it cannot be everywhere at the same time. That is what is happening. And it's doing us a whole lot of crazy and terrible things. So that's just the truth.
Okay, Barrister, I'll let you chip in your question before we go on another break.
Okay, if I am watching some movies and it prompts this question. Is it possible to shoot a movie for a day?
A whole movie? A whole movie?
Just a day.
Hello?
A whole
okay,
movie,
no.
Just
Okay, Counsel, it is very, very, very possible. It depends on the kind of film you are shooting. Are you shooting a short film? There are short films that can take like 5-10 minutes, just short film, standard. But if you're talking about the normal movie that we watch and all that, it will take you more than 7 or 8 days to shoot. After shooting, remember, you have to go and edit. While you're editing, you're doing your soundtrack, you're doing everything. It will take 2-3 weeks or 4 weeks. So if somebody says that one day we shoot a movie, another, if it's a full movie, no, it's wrong. It's not possible.
Are you sure of that? I don't want to mention the name of the movie, but
because
I saw it as one that is
you watch some
most
movies
uningenious.
Yes,
Barrister,
I understand what you're saying because
you
watch some
movie.
movies. You watch some movies and you tend to ask yourself like, how many hours did they take to shoot this movie? Like, what's going on? I mean, it's.
Oh God, God have mercy. I'm with you.
Maybe that's what Barrister is trying to say. Like, I mean, is it possible to shoot an entire movie, in a day, because you see the set, because there's supposed to be like continuity, right? Maybe you notice that this person was on this kind of hairstyle throughout, and they said the person is supposedly older, or the event is 10 years later or something. See, having the same hairstyle, the same, some of these things. You ask yourself some of these questions. Didn't this movie pass through the conferencing stage that you talked about?
Okay, let me. I told you something. I said unless that movie is just a short feature film we're talking about. If it's a short film that will have just like 10 cents or 9 cents, fine. But if it is a full movie, then the person doing that is actually a clown. Is a clown. We have standard. I'm not saying that people don't go against the bed, but we have standard. If you see something like that, then know that something has gone wrong. They're not doing in accordance with the standard.
Have a body that vets, these movies before they are released to the public to ascertain their quality.
The truth. People can decide to. Sorry, sir.
Body that a film is submitted to. I said, do you have a body that yes. This after production, films are submitted to that would need, be required to vet them, ascertain their quality, their creativity, the ingenuity of the scriptwriter and the roles of the actors. And the people that will not. Is there anybody like that?
Hello.
Yes, he's asking if you have a body that vets these films, that sits down to vet these films to ensure that there is quality. If there's a body that has that responsibility.
Yes, Nigerian Film and Video and Film Censors Board, now that's their responsibility. They watch, they grade, now they rate their films too. If it is not something that people should watch, they will refer it. They say, don't release it. If it is a movie that people will watch, they classify it now. Some 18, some 16, some all. So that's what the body do.
All right, we'll take another break now. When we get back, we'll be taking reactions from our listeners. We'll also continue the conversation. Please stay with us, Mr. Azodo. We'll be back in a moment.
All right, thank you.
32 FM 94.9.
ọ̀gá tíṣà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn ọmọ nílé ìwé ó ṣe jẹ́ pé nígbà tí wọ́n bá ń kúrò nílé láàárọ̀ wọ́n á mọ́ tónítóní àmọ́ tí wọ́n bá máa fi padà dé báyìí nǹkan ti yàtọ̀.
iṣẹ́ ò dúró ni mà gbogbo akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni àtẹ̀rẹ́ ìdárayá ó kún inú ló ń jẹ torí náà ìdọ̀tí òògùn aṣọ yíya àti bàtà tó dọ̀tí yẹn wọ́n ń ṣàfihàn pé alára tó jí pépé làwọn ọmọ yín.
ìyẹn mà tún ga o.
àwọn ọmọ rẹ nílò okun tó ṣara lóore máa fún wọn ní àkọ́tún mélòó tí a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rọ lágbára sí láràárọ̀ ó ní àwọn èròjà aṣara lóore tí ń ṣàtìlẹ́yìn ìpèsè okun fún wọn láti járamọ́ iṣẹ́ òòjọ́ wọn. Milo okun ìtẹ̀síwájú.
Milo. Kò bá jẹ́ 24, 29 tàbí 32 ṣáà ti fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wa lórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ kàn tẹ 32FM949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀.
Guys, if you've not tried us, here's why you're missing out. First, we're a licensed microfinance bank. Shush, it's not time yet. Also, get our reliable POS when you open a business account or a debit card that works with a personal account. Yes, you can instantly open an account from anywhere for reliability, security, convenience, and speed. You only need one bank. Guys, oh yeah now. Download the app or find an agent near you to get started. MoneyPoint, powering dreams.
Ẹ tẹ́tí sí ìkéde pàtàkì yìí arákùnrin kan bẹ eléyìí tó já sí wípé aṣàfẹ́kù rẹ̀ láàrin wọn àti ẹbí rẹ̀ eléyìí tí a sì ń wá láti fẹ́ mọ ibi tí arákùnrin náà bá wà bóyá wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ àbẹ̀ni tó bá mọ̀ nípa rẹ̀. Orúkọ rẹ̀ ni Hassan Isa Ramadan eléyìí tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Hassan Bilal. Bàbá rẹ̀ jẹ́ ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Sudan wọ́n sì ń gbé ní orílẹ̀-èdè Jordan ní ìlú Saudi. Ìyá rẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ẹ̀yà Yorùbá. Ó di ni màmá náà. Orúkọ ọmọ rẹ̀ ní Abdulkareem Hassan Isa Ramadan. Ó ní ẹ̀gbọ́n obìnrin tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Hanan. Bákan náà iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe ni àwọn tí wọ́n máa ń kó ọkọ̀ wọlé láti òkè òkun sí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àti èròjà mọ́tò. Ó ṣàbẹ̀wò sí bàbá rẹ̀ ní ìlú Jordan ní Saudi Arabia ìyẹn fún bí ọdún 5 sẹ́yìn. Above is the information about the man who we've been searching for about 5 years ago. His name is Hassan Isa Ramadan, popularly known as Hassan Bilal. His father is from Sudan. live in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. His mother is from Nigeria, Yoruba. His business, importer of motor and spare parts to Nigeria. He visited his father in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, about 5 years ago. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá bá wa rí, ẹ pè sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 0805-5220-015 àbí kẹ́ ẹ pè 0704-1104-121. Ọlọ́run ọba aláàlábẹ̀ àwa náà ò ní sọnù nǹkan oníwà ò sì ní bàjẹ́. Àmín.
32 FM 94.9.
When the people became silent,
The government became oppressive. It's time to lend your voice to politics.
On 94.9, 32 FM.
Welcome back, 32 FM 94.9. The program is The Podium. We have Mr. Ijaodola with us on the show this morning. We've been talking about the Nollywood industry, the strength, potential, and challenges as well. You remember we're streaming live on Facebook. That's facebook.com/32FM 949. Drop your comments, drop your thoughts, your questions that you might have for us on that platform. The same handle for our YouTube page as well. Mr. Ijaodola, let's quickly go back to the very unfortunate incident that involved Junior Pope. I mean, a lot of questions, first of all, on the part of the producers, but let's also look at our society at large as well. Because many people say it's causing to question the emergency response mechanism and how people attend to somebody that is going through an accident, what they do, what they're supposed to do. Because we saw people bringing out phones, making videos, taking pictures at the point when they're supposed to have rescued him or do something to attend to him at that point. So what does this say about us as a people and our institution generally in this country? How we respond to emergencies, how people have taken up the habit of, bringing out their phone to take picture instead of rescuing the person involved?
Sorry, I'm just coming back now. I just reconnected.
Yes. I was asking you that. What can we learn from the tragic passing of Junior Pope as a people and then as a country as well in terms of our institution, how we respond to emergencies and how people also respond to to rescue other people that they are with when there's an accident. We know that people now prefer to go on TikTok, do a live stream instead of actually going to rescue such person. So what can we learn from this kind of event moving forward as a people and as a country as well in terms of our health institution and our emergency response mechanism?
Most times when I see things like that, it gets me upset. You see somebody drowning, another person will be there filming the person. Kind of that very person filming. Hello?
I can hear you, Mr. Ijaodola. I can hear you. I'm with you. Yes.
I can bet you that the person filming that very thing is just doing it to see whether he or she will make small money through streaming and the rest of it. It's wrong. Life first. If something like that happens, we should be proactive. If we cannot swim, we'll raise alarm and let people come. That's number one. Then secondly, even before you embark on something like that, we should make adequate arrangements. There should be medics. I remember in 1999, we went to shoot somewhere. We had ambulance. Our cameraman fell from the tree because we're using crane. Then there was nothing like drone. We're using crane. This guy fell from it up to 3-story building. Immediately, bam, the medics, they came, took the person into the ambulance. We did not even move them to hospital. Everything we needed was in the ambulance, inside that bush, because it was an epic movie. If we can do this thing in 1999, 2000, why can't we still do better now? So what I'm saying is that before we move, henceforth, a lot of things need to be put in place. Even if we're going to shoot in a house, not in a bush, because you never can tell anything can happen. I was filming one day in that Ibadan when we did Ewokole in Ibadan. I said action. I had a very heavy sound around 5:30 in the evening. I said, what happened? They said that somebody fell down. We get one of our cast I stopped shooting. I came to that place. Behold, the young lady was convulsing. We searched for her inhaler, eventually nothing. I stopped the shoot. I don't know it, but I'm very well. But I called somebody. We drove out. We bought 𝐕𝐈𝐄. We came back. And immediately we came back, because we had some NYC members. They were there. They assisted us. We used the 𝐕𝐈𝐄. Immediately the girl inhaled it. She came back to life. I said, where is the 𝐕𝐈𝐄? What's going on? God said that she should not carry 𝐕𝐈𝐄. I said, Jesus, are you okay? I called the secretary. Said, pay this girl. Let her leave, because she wants to do. I don't know her mission. They said in the morning she left. But my brother, let me tell you something. You know that this girl left and came back to Lagos. She was on set and she died on that set because of ignorance. So even if we provide all these things, at the same time we will educate them too. We will educate them. Do you have this sickness? Do you have this? Do you have this? These are the ways that we're going to be doing this and all that. Please, see. These are the things that we fail to do, and it is not doing us any good. It is messing us up. So if we can make provisions for things like that, it will go a long way to help. And like I said earlier, when somebody is having issues, you start snapping or start doing selfie and the rest of them. So let us try and be our brother's keeper. Yeah. In all times.
Yeah, and you mentioned that presidents of different associations have like this federation, because I was going to say earlier that it looks like you're working in silos. So as an actor, I can decide to be a member of your own association, or I can decide to join the Actors Guild. I can decide to join whatever association I deem fit, and everybody does whatever they like based on the recommendation or the guideline of the association that they belong to. There is no centralized system of monitoring and checking to ensure all of these things that we discussed earlier are put in place. So in that federation, do you discuss having a central guideline and a central monitoring team to ensure all of this?
That is the basic reason we have all come together with one voice. What is happening in A is also what should be happening in B, C, D. Nobody will do anything different. So that's what we're discussing in the federation. Because if you allow it go the way it's going, then the federation is of no essence. The federation is of no essence. First and foremost is that all the presidents have come to terms. We have come to agree that federation is supreme. One. And if we have agreed on that, that means that every other thing will just follow. So all we need is just to bring out the template on how every association functions. And they must work in tandem with what we're bringing out. If they don't, as a federation, you will receive a serious sanction.
So what was the decision to suspend Adama Luke, or to tell actors not to work with her for now, based on what happened? Was it a decision of the federation or the decision of the Actors Guild on its own?
No, I said it earlier. They were so quick. Actors Guild were so quick to take that decision. It was wrong. In federation, no. We have not decided on what to do. We're still talking about, as much as we know that some people's lives are involved, but you do not have to be very, very, very quick about doing this. You must investigate properly. Apportion blame to whom blame should be apportioned to. Not to because you feel, no. A lot of things that are worse than this has happened and nobody has sanctioned anybody. Do you understand me? Yes. But this one, Mekarola stood up immediately. What's her name? Adama Luke, sanctioned. But I said earlier, Mekarola as AGM president does not have any right over Adam Maluk. Adam Maluk is a producer. Producers, they have their own guild. It is the federation that will recommend to their guild what to do to her. That is if she's found guilty. You understand me? Then the Actors Guild will just talk about members of Actors Guild on that set. Members of Actors Guild. Because there are if in Yoruba we have Ipan, we have Tampan, we have all that now. So he has spoken. So every actor in Yoruba will not act because of Emeka Rolas. It's crazy. It cannot fly, cannot walk now.
Okay, let me go to Barrister. Barrister?
Yes. Let me ask you this very funny one, and it is the issue of Otumokpo or Juju, because it came up in the narrative we heard about Junior Pope's passing. We heard he was taken to a native doctor first instead of the hospital. What is the role of Otumoko or Juju in the film industry?
Oh, okay. The role of that one is just make believe. Personally, as a person, it doesn't work. We're just trying to make people believe that it works. But for some people, it works for them. But for me, it doesn't work. And people, when they took the guy to that very place, they believed that probably it has to do with the Mami Water spirit and all that. But at the end of the day, they now saw that it wasn't forthcoming. So they now took him to the hospital. So all those, it doesn't work for me. So that's just the truth of the matter. Hello?
All right. Let me
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Mr. Azubu.
We are with you. We are with you.
Let's go to Prof now. Prof?
Yes, I'm wondering, is he saying that some of these movies that are acted are not preceded, acted in certain locations, are not preceded by rituals, libation? I think that's another dimension that Barrister is talking about, that sometimes they say, oh, if there are certain movies, if you want to shoot those kind of movies, and you want to use the sea, for instance, you have to appease the gods of the sea and do certain kinds of rituals. In fact, in some Yoruba movies where the gods are related to, with huge amount of incantation and all of that, especially as a younger person, they used to tell us that you can't just go there and be talking about all those things or making those pronouncements without first of all engaging in some specific rituals. That it's a very dangerous thing to do. I think that, and it also has to do with African traditional religion and culture. And are you saying that they don't come to play in shooting of some of these movies?
Have you experienced such?
Of course they do.
Have you experienced such?
If you want to shoot certain... Hello?
I said, have you experienced such before, that going to a location where you were asked to do some kind of ritual or something to appease whatever it is there?
Yes, of course I have, but not me per se. I'll just close my eyes to that. People do it now. There are people that will go and do it. They go to waterfront, perform all forms of rituals and the rest of them. It may be working for them, fine. It may be working for them. And I know that people didn't just start saying it. Something must have happened that made them say all that and do all that. So it didn't just come, like Prof said about African religion. Of course, yes, but I'm telling you that me as a person, I'm not a fan of that. That I'm not a fan of that does not mean that it doesn't. It exists. If they want to do it, like we were shooting sometime in Enugu, and oh my God, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. We're with you. Yes.
I was sometime in Enugu. One boy, one of us, Emeka was playing inside the water. I said, go tell Emeka, they should tell him to come out. After some time, they all rushed. I said that Emeka has drowned. I said, what? We all came there, look for him, swimmers, divers. We didn't see him that day. Then I was compelled to. We went to that, all those juju, they did a lot of divination and everything, and they said that the guy is alive, that they're holding him under the water. We came out and we went to Father Mbaka. I don't know what I know Father, but we met him and told him. Father Mbaka also did, he prayed and later said that the young man is alive, that he's under the water, but that he will later come back. Since that time, that was in 2003, 2004, they are saying that he will come out, but he will not come out as a normal human being. Till now, we are still waiting for his coming. He has not come out. So I'm not trying to say that it happens, it works, but I pay blind eye to most of those things because of my belief. You understand me? So that's just the truth.
Wow, the story you told us now is quite disturbing and mysterious all at the same time. I don't even know how to react to it.
My brother, today we have not seen him.
Wow. Anyway, let's go back to the role of government you mentioned. I think you told us a story about meeting, I think, a governor in Enugu State or thereabout to build a film village. Ebonyi State, yes. In October last year, Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos flagged off the construction of what he called Lagos Film City Project. It's valued at $100 million, located somewhere in 𝐻𝐵 in Lagos. Is this the kind of support that you are, anticipating from other state government as well? Because that project they just flagged it off now, and the projection is that it's going to be that film village where people will come, shoot, to have all kinds of things in the movie production ecosystem. Is this kind of support you're looking for?
Yes, it's something like that, but we need a central one. Do you understand me? Just like you have in America, I have Hollywood. There's a place called that very thing. So that every Tom, Dick, and Harry, if you want to make so kind of movie, you go there, get your set person, do it. After doing the thing, you destroy. Prefab things. Just like there was this man, Pat Nebo. He's the person that builds all the set they used to do anything in South Africa. He's from Nigeria. So we engaged him to do something for us. That time that we're talking about, we used to pay set people like 50 or 60,000 then, but we paid, but never insisted, and we paid him 600 and something thousand naira. So my Oga said, I want to see where this money I paid this man will go into. So if you want to shoot anything, you bring him there, tell him this is the set, this is the scene we're shooting. We're shooting like 4 or 5 scenes. So we look at the set, say, okay, he would tell us to give him like 40 minutes that we should go. If we go and come back, if you see the way this man will redesign everywhere, it will blow your mind. Because we have space, we had everything. This is the kind of this I'm talking about. If they give us space where we have things like streams, waters, and all that, then where we can use kind of something to build the kind of houses that we need to build. And those houses we still can destroy. If we want to destroy, after shooting, you destroy. Just once you are done doing that, this is the thing we want. It's just space. It's space. Then investors will just come in and start investing their things, So that's just the thing. It's space that we want. Kudos to Sanwo-Olu, because when we had that one, it was great. Our people went there and we thanked him a lot. If some other governors were tapping into what he has done, we said that he has cleaned our eyes. But federal government should do something. When this man was the Minister for Information and Orientation, Emeka, the one that Frank Weke Jr. took over from, he was seriously supporting everything. He was doing everything. How can it be possible? How can it be possible? But like I said earlier, our problem is continuity, lack of interest. If this man starts this, and I'll come and uphold it, they will still be mentioning his name. That's what we do not want to hear in Nigeria, and it's wrong. He's doing us a lot of terrible things. So that's just that.
Okay, quick one before I go to the panelists again. How do you think new media has impacted the movie industry? YouTube, you go on YouTube now, you see all kinds of movies there that you can stream, even on Facebook as well. As it is now, people say that you can stay in one corner of your room, put your tripod, your iPhone, shoot a short film, edit it and put it online, and then if you're lucky, you get thousands of streams and you monetize it. So how has it impacted the movie industry, negative or positive? Some people say it is not allowed professionalism, because you don't really have a centralized body anymore. An individual can shoot a film with his own equipment, and then it goes like that. To the internet, YouTube, Facebook, and people watch it, and he makes money from it. He doesn't have to subscribe to any of these bodies that you talked about.
Yeah, frankly, I have to be honest with you. It's not helping us. It's not helping us at all, because even the government itself is losing. Because those films that you see them shoot and put online immediately without passing through censor and the rest of them, it's not fantastic. There was a time Alhaji Adedayo said that they were having a meeting with YouTube team and the rest of them. I said, what do you want to discuss with them? He said that even those films that people just shoot by the roadside, do all that they should also be censored, because the film is coming from a particular place and people know about it. And they put in every kind of content. As much as I know that he gives them money, but at the same time, he paints the country terribly. That's also red and all that. So that's just the truth. People make good money, make some money out of that, but that does not mean that I will not support it. They should come back. Everybody should, all hands must be on deck, so that we will see how we can fight it out. You understand me? So there's something I will say now, it'd be like, because you're not shooting and putting, you don't want others to do. No, it's wrong. If we all come together as a team, bring your ideas, I bring my ideas, together we can. Rather than trying to I have this content though. Okay, there was a boy, he's a comedian. Believe you me, the day they paid him, I was taking, they paid him 5 million naira. I said, come, how? Then he showed me. I said, it's okay, good for you. Probably if he was in the station or all that, he wouldn't have got that money. But at the same time, I'm looking at the bigger picture that will contain a whole number of people, not just 1, 2, 3, or 1,000. So that's just the truth.
Right. Let me go to Barrister now. Barrister?
Ifeanyi, because we are drawing closer to the end of the program, and I know that many people out there would also want to ask you a few questions. Now, Nigeria is in turmoil. We are challenged politically, economically, and socially. Now, what role do you foresee for the movie industry in the resolution of these setbacks, particularly given the rising competition in the global village?
Yeah, like you said, we are in turmoil. Nigeria is, but do you know one thing, But take it or leave it. As a writer, you have license to write as much as you want. But after writing, somebody will come and interpret. They will act. Take it to censors board. Censors board will not allow it. Once whatever you have written is to some extent anti-government, they will tell you to take it back. Naturally, we are supposed, like what's happening currently in the government, we are supposed to correct most of those ills through movie industry. But you cannot, you dare not to express yourself. What you are doing is what you are being told to do. So to some extent, if I say that we are being gagged, I don't know if I'm mistaken. I'm not mistaken. So, and I'm not happy about that. Government should, as a matter of fact, give us that free license to operate. As much as we will not want to paint our government red, but at the same time, the little ones that they see us do will make them change from what they're doing. Like somebody made me to believe, I was watching this AK-47, the gun, the AK-47, it's not like it's the best gun, but because America, they want you to believe, or Russia, they want you to believe that this is the best. Each of their films, you see them sample it. Even when the camera wants to roll, it will pull out from that thing that they wrote there, AK-47. That is how we are supposed to be doing when the government here is treating us very well. Anything they want us to brand, good or bad, we can brand. But you see, government, the way things are going is somehow, but they want you to do it, whether you like it or not, that everything is well. Council, I don't know whether I'm answering your question.
Hello? It is indeed most unfortunate because the movie industry should be a trailblazer. Like I pointed out earlier, look at many of the changes that attended the American society were innovations from script writers, movie script writers, who saw into the future. But if you say that government is gagging the movie industry, then it is most unfortunate and unacceptable too.
Let's go to Prof now. Prof? Hello, Prof.
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
My concern now is the different genre of movies that we have within Nollywood. Recently, I think we had INT'L.
Oh, Prof? Oh, I think we've
Paul's situation as inspiration for young people.
Prof, we lost connection with you for a bit, so we missed some things you said. You stopped at INT'L.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, there's INT'L, then there's Bademosi. People are saying, why are we not getting movies that focus on heroes of Africa, great men and women that role models for young people. Is that a very big challenge in Nollywood? We want to see more of that.
Okay. I have talked about this sometime here. Yeah, it is challenging because we are looking at the monetary implication, looking at the finance, because how do we assess the fund to do this film that you mentioned? If you want to do it, you must do it almost 90% accurate, even if not 100. And how do you achieve? After writing the story, getting resource people, making inquiries and all that, it will take you a lot of money. After doing that, then most times, if you cannot build the set that will be like the places those people were, you may decide to go to the cities that they were. How do you do all these things? It is very, very, very expensive. If we have the funds down, we will be able to do even more. Believe you me. I know we are very, very daring, but what is now debarring us from doing most of these things is funding. If we have adequate funding, nothing will stop us from doing that. And we will be very, very glad to do it, because those people that were here, those are heroes. They cannot be forgotten. Even if we that are alive today are not telling the stories, but history is there. The younger ones that are coming up will still do it. So we can, if there's enough fun.
All right, let's take some messages on Facebook. You can also call 0809 7000 949 0906 2000 949 if you have any questions for our guest. On Facebook, Okedibabatude says, in this era of computer graphics and manipulation, do artists still need to take risk all in an effort to make things look natural? Mr. Zodo, a lot of Nigerians ask this question, that couldn't they have done like an effect, even if they wanted to have like a river on that movie set? You know, they talked about Titanic, that, for instance, you didn't need to actually go to the river. You can, simulate it in some ways, especially in this day of technology and computer graphics as well.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you, Mr. Zodo.
Yeah,
yes.
I can hear you.
Yes. Did you hear the question? Did you hear the question?
Ask a question again, sorry.
Yes, it says, in this era of computer graphics and manipulation.
Is there something about...
Yes, that do artists need to take the risk to travel to all those places in an effort to make things look natural? That it's not necessary anymore. You can simulate it with the use of technology. Is that something that... Yes.
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. But we do not have the technology here. We do not. Like that Titanic that you watch, it was not in a hall. It was not in the hall. But can we do our own? We don't have the technology. Let's not go and do something that will make people mock us. No, now. It's better you do something that will make people appreciate you rather than you do something that will make them even stone you. It's look at this, No. Oyibos, they even enter bush again. They don't enter bush to shoot all these things. They use green screen, blue screen to do it. After the thing, they will now carry the person and plant there. And it will seem very, very real. They have the technical know-how. We don't, frankly.
So we can say Junior Pope also passed away partly because of lack of technical know-how in our movie industry. Because if we had it, we would not have had to travel. Yeah. Okay, it sent another one on Facebook. It says, how far has your organization gone about piracy of your work? Is it a success story?
No. Pirates are like armed robbers, so they know the end, they know the finish. But the only thing is that they reduce. There was a Yoruba man that was in charge of Corporate Affairs Commission. He tried. He wanted to emasculate these guys, but he went to Alaba. Well, Jesus Christ. Let me tell you what. Do you know that we had Alaba with his team, this man? And the Alaba people, I didn't know that they were like that. They burned all the 3 vehicles that these people came with. Government officials, so they burned them. And the next day, they bought the 3 vehicles, sent it to them, and told them they should not enter Alaba. Then we started asking, is Alaba a different country in Nigeria? I didn't know that they had a serious cartel. I said, Jesus. So, pirates handling them is not easy. We have always tried, but you can't beat them. We can't beat them. Or asking, from our movie, I'm going to bring it to my bring it up.
Oh, Mr. Zodo, your connection is.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
your connection was
Okay,
a
my
bit
network is not good.
shaky. Yes, let's see if we can take this call. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
I can
know.
hear you.
Yes. Your network was unstable initially. Please go ahead. You talked about Alaba and burning of vehicles of government officials.
Yes, they burned the thing. Then the next day, they brought the 3 vehicles to the office and said, please don't come to Alaba again. We were like, is Alaba different from Nigeria? So we never knew that they had a serious cartel like that. That was when the man now started minding himself because he can resort to killing and all that. But in all, there's no way they will be above government.
Let's take
because
this call.
government have all the paraphernalia.
Let's take this call. Hello.
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 We want to talk to Oriyo.
Oh. 089 7,949. Yeah, finish your thoughts. We lost that call. Please finish your thoughts.
Okay, so was I asking whether Alaba is bigger than Nigeria with all the everything, military, army, police, and all that? So what I'm trying to say is that we have not been able to curb the excesses of pirates, but we are still trying to say we can, manage with them because you cannot kill all of them. That's
right. Right. As we wrap up, Prof, and then Barrister. Let me start with Prof. As we wrap up, your final thoughts. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done in Nollywood, and I also understand why there are many groups again because there are many professions involved in the production of the movie. I think that we should push more for collaboration and partnerships and see how that will work, moving the industry forward. Because Nollywood is a vital asset to, and we hope that those who are members of that community recognize the importance of Nollywood to Nigeria.
Barrister?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prof.
Barrister? Your mic is muted, Barrister.
Yeah, I think
okay.
There's
Anyway.
something with the network. Yeah, it's not responding.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ijaodola, the National President of the Association of Movie Practitioners, AMPAC, for joining us on the show today. It's been a very interesting conversation with you. I enjoyed some of the stories you told us about your different times in different parts of the country while you were on the movie set. Thank you. My condolences once again on the passing of your colleagues, the most recent one in a tragic manner, Mr. Junior Pope. We will pray that the Almighty comforts his family at this trying times. Thank you so much for being a part of the podium, Mr. Ijaodola.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
And thank you to our in-house panelists as well. Prof, thank you. Barrister, thank you. Thank you for listening as well. Special thanks to my producer, 𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐿. My name is Olorun Toba Yusuf. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning. Bye for now.
Thank you.